Hashtag feel good vibes. It is a very feel good breakfast show this morning. Expresso coming to you live from our Sea Point studios. Loving our time with the Blackbird girls this morning. Cannot wait to see the end result of their music video. But of course, looking at the bigger picture, a lot of South Africans a little bit nervous today. Why? Because our Afcon campaign now enters a very crucial stage. We take on Angola at the Moses Mabhida Stadium at 5 o'clock today. Hope you got your yellow shirts on. Hope you got your tickets for the game. David Notoane, you are smiling with a bit of a wry smile today. We've been talking about some of the front runners in the team. Now we are looking at Bafana and Angola. Both teams played to a goalless draw in the opening encounters of their campaigns, which has got to give us some hope. I think we would be very nervous if Angola were going into today's game with a point advantage over us.
Yeah, thanks, Graham, again. You know, I'm smiling, of course. Bafana in green perhaps to do it, I don't know.
We'll try anything, man. We'll try anything.
But going into the Angola game, look, very, very interesting game, very crucial game, as you said. Bafana really need to step up their game. I think a lot of complaints has really been not so much about the outcome of the result, but the performance as well. You know, so you look at a lot of teams, Angola's performance against Morocco, inspiring. So they'll take a lot of confidence going into this game, and that makes them very, very dangerous for Bafana.
Bafana, a lot has been said about the nerves being a factor. You know, these are star players. These are players that play in top international leagues. These are players that play in our top sides here in South Africa. Should nerves really be an issue for a player playing for their national side? Certainly at this stage in Bafana's life cycle, should nerves be a factor?
Yeah, certainly it is, Graham. You know, I remember when we went to the All-Africa Games, you know, even us as coaches, the opening game, you know, is crucial. You're sitting there on the bench. High expectations from you guys as a nation, South Africa especially. So nerves certainly are part of the game, you know. But having said that, by now the team should be more settled. You know, they've gone through the first game, which is always a tough game in any tournament. So they should take a lot of confidence going into this game. I believe they know that they need a result, you know, positive result, of course, in terms of a win. However, a draw, you know, we'll then have to wait for the final game and see what happens.
Puts even more pressure on us.
More pressure, even so, because you know what? Bafana needs to perform for this tournament to remain exciting. Bafana needs to go through to the group stage for the fans to remain glued to this tournament and interested in this tournament.
That's it. There is also a political side, and that the players and the coach cannot ignore. Now, a lot of questions about certain selection choices during that opening encounter. We're going to see Kagiso Dikhatwe out, Lerato Shabango is out due to injury. Who do you want to see in that side? Who was missing in that opening game?
Yeah, I think, you know, the combination of Mpela, you know, and the young boy from Ajax, Serero, interesting, intelligent player. Whether he can turn it on at this level still remains to be seen, really, to be honest. You know, yes, we know the background of their injuries. However, I think Bafana's problems have been more in the central midfield. Yeah. You know, wherein we tended to go with two defensive players. Sometimes the question begs to be asked, you know, do we really need that defensive player sitting in there? Now, in hindsight, you know, you usually have this video analysis. You analyze the opponents, their strengths, their weaknesses, and you make your choice in terms of selections from then on. So we saw in the second half of the first game, opening game, that when Bafana changed and they put in an attacking midfielder there, I think Renele Letulanyane from Chiefs, there was certainly momentum going forward. But Bafana's problems still remain in the last third. And we saw it through the Norway games, we saw it through Algeria game, wherein the team is not really combining well and penetrating opposition, you know, so that remains a problem. Shaba, you know, can he turn it on today? We pray and hope so.
We need that. And how do you create that killer instinct in front of goal? We had a lot of opportunities to score and missed some absolute sitters. And these are guys that are playing at the pinnacle. You shouldn't be missing those opportunities. How do you instill that killer instinct? You as a coach, how do you get that out of your players?
You know, Graham, I always say to players, I was a striker myself, is the hours you put in behind the actual team training. That's the secret. You know, you have to develop your own technique, your own finesse, your own style, you know, your own confidence through training, individual training on your own. And yes, we're missing easy chances, sitters certainly. And at this level, you know what, one chance can make the difference. You know, as we saw, most of the games being concluded or points, and right at the last
like
minute
Burkina
of the game.
Faso, Nigeria, won in
Faso.
literally the last few seconds of the game.
100%.
Well, hopefully Angola's very strong physical style of play will bring that out of the South Africans. I know Bongani Khumalo is going to have a tough task marshalling that back line, but it should be an exciting game. I think we'll see a slightly different Bafana today.
Bafana's biggest threat, Manucho. We can't run away from that.
Yeah, he's a star.
Bongani, good lad, you know, intellectual player. Manucho, robust, aggressive. Can we physically handle him? Sangweni, I think for me, he's lost a little bit of that bite in him, you know, having been at Pirates. So if Bafana can contain Manucho, I think half the job is done.
Half of the job is done. Well, your job is done today. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
awesome stuff. We'll chat to you again before the tournament winds up. But all the best to Bafana. As I said, go out and show support. You as a supporter only have one role, and that is to support your team. Win or lose, let's push them across the finish line. But all the best of luck. Get down there to the Moses Mabhida Stadium, 5 o'clock today. Otherwise, catch all the action on SABC Sport live on your television screens. Right, are you filled with that national pride, bro? I know I've won you over.